Now in India, 41 construction workers who were trapped for more than 2 weeks in a collapsed mountain tunnel have been rescued. That rescue mission was completed quickly after rescuers reached the workers earlier today. They were pulled out through a passageway made of welded pipes. The workers got trapped on November 12th when a landslide caused a portion of the tunnel they were building to cave in. CBC South Asia correspondent Salima Shivji is following this story from our bureau in Mumbai, and she has the latest.
Yeah, that's right. The trapped workers have been brought out one by one. As you know, those rescue workers are also quite elated. The fact that these men have been down there for 17 days and finally, after a painstakingly slow rescue operation, we're finally seeing them see the light of day after 17 days underground has brought a lot of relief to the families that have been gathered. The family members had been waiting day after day, and they were brought inside the tunnel as soon as authorities actually had announced that they had reached, tunneled through the debris and had reached the workers. And there was still quite a long wait for those family members as they watched to see how much more drilling was necessary in order to get to those trapped men. And so in terms of the relief from family members and the joy, it is quite a sight to see. We also saw the chief minister of the state actually hugging some of the trapped men as they came out into the light from being underground. So this was a difficult situation, an excruciating wait for family members as those men were trapped for 17 days. They had to receive their food, water, some oxygen through a pipe that was sent down to them. And then they survived. They were apparently in good health as well as they were waiting for the rescue operations, which hit quite a few roadblocks as authorities tried to get these men to safety. They started using, drilling equipment, machinery that ended up hitting metal rods and kept breaking down. And so authorities had to change tacks several times in order to try to get to these workers. They ended up then trying vertical drilling, which is much more dangerous, and then finally going with manual drilling. They actually brought in a team of what are so-called rat miners, who actually is just a team of about 3 people, where there's one man that goes down a narrow tunnel, another man clears the rubble, and then a third takes that rubble away on a trolley. And that's how rescue workers were able to reach these men. But obviously, major relief from a lot of family members as well as authorities, as they have tried a lot of different methods to get to these men, and now a bit of relief. There have been a lot of questions raised about these big construction projects in the Himalayas. This is dangerous terrain. It is loose terrain. It is not solid in a lot of these places where these construction projects are being built. This particular project is part of a larger mega flagship aim, spearheaded really by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who wants pilgrims to be able to reach 4 religious sites in that northern state of Uttarakhand. So that was what this construction project was a part of when that tunnel collapsed. But environmentalists and locals have been warning officials repeatedly. There have also been legal cases against this type of construction because the area is very prone to landslides, very prone to major flooding, and the soil is not solid. So a lot of people have raised the alarm about this. This will be part of the investigation. Will bring about a lot of questions about why these projects were allowed to go ahead. Also, the fact that there was not an emergency escape tunnel built into this project. One is supposed to be as part of these projects when the tunnels are a certain depth deep into the ground. One was approved for this specific tunnel in 2018, and yet it was never built. So that will be absolutely part of the investigations that follow as authorities really do a deep dive into what exactly happened here and why 41 men were trapped for 17 days after this tunnel collapsed.
That is the CBC's Salima Shivji in Mumbai.